Holy Father can communicate in perfect English. I know Holy Father is learning English and he's getting way better really fast at English, because when I went into his stream, he was speaking to Marab really well. But I just don't know if there will be a lack of communication there, and in duos you need such good, crisp communication that they may not be able to clutch up on the main stage, chat, but who knows? I could be completely wrong. I could be completely damn wrong. Absolutely. Is that Ghost again with a $50 donation? I swear to God, it's Ghost back again after yesterday's qualifiers. All right, let's see where the first teams are landing in at. We got a couple of teams over by a state. Why am I not surprised, chat? Why am I not surprised? You can see Tom and Guh landing over by construction site. I know a couple of people are going to want to know where Marab and Holy Father are landing. They're landing late zone, but there is, oh my gosh, there's 3 other teams landing there. Oh, that's not going to be good. We got the girly pop duo from Europe landing with them, along with, I can only assume is the geek duo, and M7 Nagdi and Andrew, who came through the qualifiers earlier. Chapo's already being knocked and fully eliminated. Not sure if his teammate is still alive to try and save the day there, but matter of fact, since we didn't get to see that African fight, let's check out the other Africans in this tournament. We got Dell and Aegon still alive. They're going to be over by Houseboat this time around, so they're still alive. Not taking early game fights. That's actually far better to do. You don't want to be taking early game fights inside of a duos tournament, that's for sure. A lot of fighting's going down, so we're going to hop onto the Filipino girly pops here. We got Cody and Jachi. Cody's still alive. Jachi's already eliminated, so there's been a lot of kills off the bat here. I can see loading in there for team number 39. This player is arguably one of the most underrated performers in the tournaments, but last week he had a terrible tournament, bro. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. You guys know I keep it 100% honest with you, and loading, big disappointment yesterday. He went from being one of the most underrated players to being maybe even slightly overrated when he was playing with Slayer for the last duos event. That being said, it was a little bit gimmicky and cheesy last week because of the medic. So we had to take it out and run it back-to-back Fridays here, ladies and gentlemen. We've actually hosted $30,000 of tournaments in the last 4 weeks alone. So in the last month alone, there's been over $30,000 of Call of Duty mobile tournaments. Let's take a little look over to Father and Marab, as it looks like they're in a little bit of a fight. Father's able to get a knock instantly. Needs to shoot that. Able to get it down. All right. Might be able to get a two-piece here. Father spots him. Oh my God. There we go. Forget the blackout in the Philippines. Father's still popping off. But don't let that distract you from the fact that Zaina and Scylla are right around the corner. Oh, shots are going to go down here. I get out of that situation. It's the girly pops from Europe. Arguably the best girl duo from the entire continent of Europe. Now in a fight against Marab and Holy Father here. The question is, do they know the duo that they're going against? I'm not sure if Zaina and Scylla know, but hey, they don't want to take that fight anyway, ladies and gentlemen. They're not down to take that fight whatsoever. You know what? They must know it's them. I would do the same thing. I'm not trying to go against Marab and Holy Father any day of the week at the start of a game inside of a $10,000 tournament. So let's hop on board and watch somebody else for now. We got Mello teaming up with a new guy that I'm actually not familiar with, known as Nana. They're over by the other side of the bottoms portion of the zone, and it looks like the two African duos have actually landed right beside each other. That's going to be interesting. But I tell you what's even more interesting. I just seen Kust in the kill feed here, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can try and find him to figure out if they're in a rough spot. Remember, Kust and Senior J won the last duo tournament. Senior J has been known as one of the best players in Call of Duty Mobile's Battle Royale, at least for our iferg tournaments, for over the last 2 years. He's been on top for the last 2 years at least. So I expect big things out of him today. I didn't actually expect him to win last week, though, so that was surprising. They did a great job for sure. Really, guys? Guys, there's $10,000 on the line. Guys, Marab, Holy Father. Listen, I understand that you're matching, or at least trying to match with artery skins, but guys, there's $10,000. Holy Father, there's 10,000. There's $10,000! Oh, okay. I mean, while they're goofing off, this duo might take them out. It's Tech Off and Future rotating into the zone beside M7 Marab and Holy Father now. See this duo right here? They qualify with ease. They actually qualified in first place yesterday, so these guys are technically the best duo for the week in Call of Duty Mobile right now. I don't really think they realize. Can somebody spam their chat and tell them there's a duo here? Because they need to start taking this seriously. This team could easily wipe them, even in a 1v2 situation. They know that they're in there too. He's shooting through the walls as well. Future now rotating in. It's going to be a 2v2 fight. I really don't want to see Marab or Holy Father die here. They need to rotate out of this situation. Please, for the love of God. Oh, no, this is over. There's no way they win this. Absolutely no way Holy Father clutches on the main stage here, right? Nope, he's going to get one pump by the shotgun. Marab's trying to rotate out, and they get instantly wiped. Like I said, this #1 qualification team are not to be messed with. Takeoff and Future from the USA and Costa Rica. It's actually the first time we've had players from the USA performing good in qualifiers and in finals for our tournament. Listen, I mean, Holy Father, you gotta step it up, bro. What the hell was that, bro? Marab, you think you're getting out of this without getting cooked too? Where's the movement? Where's the Middle Eastern movement, buddy? The Lebanese people are disappointed after that. Okay, I need you guys to step it up. As it looks like Gut and Tom have survived construction site. They didn't get any kills though. Let's hop on board the Slayer. Our current Ferg tournament MVP for the year. The MVP tracker started back in January, and right up until now, Slayer has crowned himself as the current #1 player inside of our tournaments. Looks like they're not up to much right now, so we'll go over and check Balor as he's decided he wants to team up with Wagner. We got a little EU Filipino duo going on over here, and I think that was the Middle Eastern duo. Ooh, it is. Well, look at this spot though, from Africa's very own. Oh my God, this spot's disgusting and I love it. Oh, I absolutely love this spot, but this is not going to be good right here. They could easily jump down on him and get him through that window. Ooh, might even get him through the side of this window. They just can't jump through it, though. SMRS going to be used to make him weak. Now in a difficult spot here, another SMRS is going to go down. A ball, balls, and ICANN. A little third party could come in from Wagner and Balor if they wanted to make something happen here. Another SMRS shot. Oh, dearie. They're trying their hardest to get up here. He's definitely dead. There's no way he survives this, bro. This is just bullying at this point, bro. He's trapped in a corner with a hay bale and a defender shield. Shots go down. Not able to land them. Ooh. He's on the floor now. 1v1. Can he land the shots? Not able to do so. A bull boss takes him down. And we'll see that player later in game #2. Balor and Wagner could have helped him out there. And got a little SMRS shot across the map. But not going to happen just there. Not going to happen just now. As Kust and Senior J playing kind of similar to what they did before. But as I went over to check them out, it looks like a bull boss has been hit across the map with an SMRS. He doesn't have a self-revive here. He might get SMRS across the map again. Oh, does he have the self-revive? He does. Wow, I'm surprised Wagner let that self-revive come through. That was a misplay from Wagner and Balor over here. Did Balor get knocked or anything? It looks like he must have. I don't see him on the map. Maybe he was fully eliminated. A bull boss and Ken both back into the action for now. Kust and Senior J playing it slow yet again inside of this duo tournament. I may have put my eggs in the wrong basket here, chat. I thought Gun Tom would be the best player from 4 Kings main, but it looks like Super Jeff and Narosa are off to a better start here with 4 eliminations on the board. Good to see from them, chat. Good to see from them. Going down now, though, to check out Lotex. He had a pretty bad performance last week with Guth. They've got 2 kills so far. It looks like they're in Nooktown for now. And Guh is actually in a fight, finally. We'll be able to see him in some action. He takes down Panchito, which is a great player from Latam, along with Flex being up here. They don't have a way to get up this mountain unless they go around the side. Looks like they're going to hunt down Flex. They don't know exactly where he is. He's just trying to get away out of this situation. He's got over the mountain for now, and they're going to rotate around the other side. But don't let that distract you from the fact that Wagner has lost his teammate again. Balor falling out early once more inside of game #1. But Wagner staying alive. It looks like Akaza and Eduardo, a.k.a. Nagy, might come in for a little third-party peek. Oh, dearie me, the third-party peek is definitely going to come through here. Wagner's going to need to make something happen. He's got a Desperado, but that's not going to really help him here. in this situation. 2-3 SMRSs in Dagestan would take Wagner down right here, but he's rotating out of that spot as he knows he's in a tough one. There he goes, gets knocked across the map. Wagner, was he able to get Balor back into the map before he actually got eliminated? No, and those guys are gone and fully taken out of game number 1 as Eduardo and Akaza have rotated back and around closer towards each other instead of fighting a Bull Balls and Ken. I would not want to fight that duo either. Able to get a car here, so they're going to rotate into the zone nicely. They'll probably see a Bull Balls and Ken over to the left-hand side. There we go. Shots go down. They're going to rotate the other side of zone. I also wouldn't rotate into that duo either. Definitely would not do that. Thought that was the Ferg skin for a second, but Rami let me down with this girl skin. I just seen the blue and made the assumption. He does have 3 eliminations. Tokyo's got 1 too. They're actually split up as Razox takes down a African roster. We're gonna have to hop on board and see where that is on the map right now. Oh, okay, maybe we're not gonna see where it is in the map because what the hell is going on here? I'll take off that. Wow, this is an interesting spot in zone. It's actually closer to the bottom half of the map. We've got 2 Latam players here. We got 2 girly pops from the Philippines. Love to see the girls making some representation inside of the finals of a $10,000 tournament. And then we, of course, have icons, which are from Europe. A couple of Filipinos over here as well. Dell coming in from Africa. We've seen big things from Dell in the past couple of tournaments. He's actually been performing at the tippity top of the entirety of the African region, but now we got to look over onto the Filipino region right now as Jachi's the last player alive. She could get a little third party here, able to do it. Can she get the full kill? Looks likely as she picks up 1. The third party comes through from the Latam team.
Airdrop incoming.
A duo from VPR, that's West and COD Ninja, spots Insolence as well. Oh, quick knock too. On to him. COD Ninja looking good at the start of game number 1 here. Rezox goes back in. This is Icons in this fight. Rezox might actually die. Stays alive for a little bit longer, but COD Ninja's trying to find him. Not too sure where he went. I don't think he realizes he is in the water. What a spot here by Rezox. Gonna stay alive for a little bit longer. Look at that. The little cubby right here in the side of the cliff face. MJ and Jachi staying alive over on the other side of this road. Jachi able to take down MJ's teammate, but she didn't get back her teammate at all. COD Ninja able to take down Rezox, and Icons are out of game number 1. We've got Galay along with his teammate right beside each other as well here. They're not in the next zone, so they're going to have to rotate sometime soon as we need to hop on board and see what's happening with other players on this map. Oh, right, as his bullet comes back down, MJ and them 1v2. This should be an easy kill on to Jachi, but they do have Trap Masters down there. I need to check out where Lotex is, as I feel like Slayer has been eliminated. We didn't get to see that fight, but I feel like he did get eliminated there as Jachi did go down right as we turned off our POV of her. Lotex still alive for now with his teammate Hypno. Hypno, another one of those players that plays in the qualifiers, hasn't really done good in them, but we've known him for a long time as being a good player. Shots going down over onto Lotex now from the 4K main duo of Super Jeff and Nerosa. They're arguably having the best game so far out of anyone. COD Ninja able to take down another player here with a knock. Nothing to come for it just now. Something we haven't seen yet is anything from Winter. As we'll open up the map and look, nobody is in the center portion of the zone except for an African duo and what seems to be a duo from the Philippines. So they actually have early game zone control here, which is definitely really good for them. I can spot the other 4K main team over on the side. 2 SMRS is going down. Neither of them gonna hit here, but it looks like Super Jeff got sniped from behind. And it's gonna be him going down to Ken from the Middle East. Can and a Bull Boss right in front of Nerosa. This would be bad to die this early on, and it looks like the push is coming through. A thing I love to see from this Middle Eastern duo is they're always hyper aggressive when they get a pick onto one player on any team, whether it's a squad or a duo, and the hyper aggression is coming through here again. Super Jeff needs to come back into the action ASAP. There's not even a snowboard to be used here by Nerosa. It's going to all have to be the legs of this player to push him into the zone and get Super Jeff back into the action. He is able to do so, which is outstanding. What about Zen? Brother, this isn't the game that you came from, Zen Pro, okay? This is Call of Duty Mobile, buddy. You're gonna need to start running around, okay? I know you think you're Holy Father V2 with that skin, but camping in the corner, this isn't how COD Mobile is played on the main stage, buddy, with $10,000 on the line, bro. You're gonna need to step it up a little bit here, Zen Pro, if I do say so myself. Tooth, doing the same exact thing. Pfft, these guys, bruh. These guys, Chattington. As we move over to see where Ramy's situated at. Ooh, down in the bottom of the zone. Not into the next one. But this is quite a nice spot here. They have a lot of zone space to move. Did I just see Baller getting a knock with a Desperado? Oh my god. He got a knock with a Desperado and a full kill onto Future. Oh my god. There's no way. Hey, yo. Baller might be the next Holy Father, chat. I ain't even kidding, bruh. Holy. He's staying alive? Oh, okay. Hey, man, with movement like that, I don't think he's going to be the next Holy Father, bro. Maybe a little lucky kill. Maybe a little lucky kill get his way with the Desperado. We all know he ain't got movement, so the best thing he could possibly do is chuck the Desperado on the ground and hope for the best. All right, Baller? Maybe better luck next time in game number 2, man. Of course, I will watch you a little bit more next game. Don't you worry, Baller. We're trying to see some tippity-top gameplay from you, broski. Now hopping on board with Get and Tom. They did do a little bit of a comeback here in terms of total kills. Neroza and Super Jeff have been slacking behind with 5 now. They did get 4 at the start of this game, so not many kills in a long time. It looks like we've got another Filipino team up on top of this hill as well. A lot of Filipinos still alive here in this end game. Going over to Senior J now. He did win last duo event, but I mean, he's in a terrible spot here. He's going to get third party from absolutely everyone, and he's going to go down by Tom. They're going to have a disappointing game number 1. Only a couple of kills on the board of those guys who actually won the duo tournament from last week. Of course, Medic was being used quite heavily by that duo team. What didn't come in terms of place or in terms of kill points, their win came from placement points. Interestingly enough, Zane is still up. Oh. Caster Curse may have just came through right there as Zen Pro goes down as well. Now hopping on board with COD Ninja and West. They could easily hop onto this Filipino duo if they wanted to. This rock is actually a good spot in the zone, but it would just be a bad place to rotate from, that's for sure. Winter's been spotted as well with his duo. I'm actually going to hop on board with Tom here as he's in between multiple different teams. We got Remy and his duo pushing into the zone right now with a car as well. Don't forget that COD Ninja and his teammate are right beside them, West. And now we got Goat Ross Kid pushing in also. It's going to be a little bit of a cluster F right now in this end game as Guz being taken down by Ross, but the trade comes in and that's going to be a 5th kill from Tom. 10 teams alive in this final zone. There's a couple more players over to the bottom right-hand side of the map from Tom. You can see they're actually from Latin America. It's going to be Bolivia and Holiday, along with M7 in here. They qualified through yesterday's qualifiers. We got COD Ninja's teammate West up here. Not sure where COD Ninja's actually at. He may have died and been eliminated totally from this end game. Neroza in a bad spot here. He's in a 1v2v2. He's going to die instantly. Remy and Tokyo coming in with a little bit of a third party right here. If they could get a little knock, it would be unbelievable. Both of them are actually weak behind this tree. A third party could come in here from Nagdi and Andrew from the side. It looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here as Nagdi takes down one. Andrew, the teammate right beside him, they're in a difficult spot here in this end game. It's literally just an end game of height advantage. I would say that Winter and his team are actually in a prime position to win it all here for game number 1. So let's hop on board with them. Using the car to get some protection in the zone, I would assume. Put it against a tree, maybe blow it up. That's exactly what Winter's going to do here. Oh my god, and the defender? Look at the way they've set up this end game. But I mean, Tokyo could come in here with a little bit of a spoiler play. Shots go down, not able to land a knock there onto the team that we were just watching. So they're going to have to rotate into the zone, and that's going to be a tough spot for Winter and his teammate to be in. It looks like they're getting pushed by 2 different teams. It's going to be loading one of the best players in the game, able to take him down, and now they have the best position in the zone. We've got players from all different regions right here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Africa in this end game from Egypt with Nagdi still being alive. We got Philippines still up, and of course Europe still up and at him here. This is a bad spot for the 4K duo to be in, though, as they're going to get targeted here. Tokyo's going to go down. Zluth also being able to kill Remy, and now in a 2v1v2. We'll have to see what Fun can do in this situation, as he's basically med-stratting outside of the zone. Africa still alive here from Nagdi. Believe he's from Egypt. Going up the side of this zone. Nades are going to go down. That's going to be a bad situation for him and his teammate to be in. Zluth and Loading definitely have the high ground advantage along with the tree to use for cover. Nades are going to be the only thing along with SMRSs that are going to be able to help out this M7 duo. Remember, they absolutely dominated at the end of the qualification stage yesterday, but it looks like they're not going to be dominating for game number 1 today, as Andrew's probably going to get picked off here, if I had to guess, very quickly. And this win is definitely going to go to Loading and Zluth, as Andrew gets picked apart and Fund finishes in 2nd place, chat, which means that Slayer's duo, who performed terribly last week, now just won the first game of this week's Duo $10,000 Major Championship Finals. Was Slayer holding back Loading from performing well? That would be a first. That would be a first. If a player leaves Loading, if a player leaves Slayer and performs better without him than with him, that would be a first. For sure. Let's go ahead and pull up this scoreboard. A very good first game from a lot of different regions here. Great from the Philippines, great from Europe, great from Latin America, and also, surprisingly, great from Africa. A W game number 1 from Nagdi. He's based out of Egypt. As we pull up this scoreboard, we can see they got 7 kills and a 3rd place finish, but definitely the main story here has to be Loading. Not playing with Slayer this time around. They get 12 kills and a 1st place placement. That's going to get them 27 points after 1 game, which is extremely good in a duos tournament. It's average in squads for a 1st place team to get about 27 points, but in duos, where there's 50 different teams, really good performance here from the top tier duo known as Loading and Zluth. We go down, you can see Fund and Soy Topo getting 4 kills with the 2nd place finish. That's not too bad either. That's going to get them 14 points. Going to be a similar, actually the exact same points as M7, Andrew, and Nagdi. I believe Andrew is from Europe and Nagdi is from Egypt. We'll go even further down. You can see Tokyo and Remy finishing in 4th place. Hell yeah, we love to see that. We got another Filipino team in there at 5th place as well, with Winter and Baji coming in with 4 kills in a 5th place. Latin America makes a statement there, finishing in 6th along with 7th, as COD Ninja and West get 8 eliminations. Going further down, you can see the 2 Filipino teams that I thought would perform very well, getting good kills this time around. 7 kills from the first 4K main roster, and 9 kills from the second 4K main roster. Only 1 placement position between them. It's actually going to be Gut and Tom coming out on top right there, because they're going to get the same points for placement. Low-Tex and Hypno getting 1 point for placement, along with 7 kill points. Going to finish off that game with 8 total points. But don't let that distract you from Chamo and Ross Kid, as they have 11 points after that game, finishing also in 11th place. Going further down the list, MJ got 5 eliminations. Good job from him. Jachi, the girl from Philippines, getting 3 eliminations on that game. Delina, aka Senior J, and Kust, 17th position. 2 points for kills. Their consistency has stopped here, ladies and gentlemen. It has absolutely stopped here. This could be the downfall of the team that won last tournament because of the medic strat. We'll go further down. You can see a Bull Boss and Iken from the Middle East having a pretty disappointing first game. As we go further down the list, Takeoff and Future died early as well with 5 total points. I can see Mellow in there not getting any kills just yet. Trying to keep my eyes open for Slayer. Chat, are we about to see the end of Slayer's reign on the main stage? 1 kill? No placement points? This might be back-to-back tournaments where Slayer doesn't even get in the top 10. This could damage his MVP results, that's for sure. As we go down to check where everyone else ended up after that first game. Holy Father ended the game with 2 kills. Not enough points there to go into the top 10 either, chat, unfortunately for them. But we're going to go ahead and get ready to go into game